Yeah, hello and welcome to our Convedo DX webinar. My name is Sasha Couture and I'm the CEO of Convedo DX. In today's webinar, I would like to introduce you to Convedo DX, which is the #1 graduate program to make talent like you ready for the future and ready for the automation market. If you have any questions, please share them in the Q&A window. We will be answering them at the end of the webinar. And of course, we will be recording this webinar and we will be sharing this with you after this webinar. So let's get started. So the world is indeed changing fast at the moment. We will see lots of change in every day around us. We have to deal with changing environments in business and in life, and we have to find ways to cope with the fast changes. So process automation is changing the world of work, how we do work going forward. And yeah, and of course, our own personal habits are changing as well. So that means we expect instant service. We expect lots of immediate reaction to our needs, and lots of businesses are now, yeah, trying to catch up with that development. So so again, yeah, process automation, as we know, is changing businesses and changing work as we know it. By 2020, up to 375 million people will have to change their skills due to process automation. This is quite a number. The market for process automation is currently growing enormously. So by 2023, it's just 2 years from now, and the global process automation market will grow by 14% annually, which is yeah, absolutely fast. And so yeah, we see lots of use of process automation going forward. So when we look at just RPA as part of the market, it grew by 63% in 2019. And in comparison to some other developments we see out there, so normal software like Salesforce or Microsoft, so that usually that market is growing by 13%. So when we look at RPA and automation, it is incredibly what's going on at the moment. So that means companies are purchasing these big automation platforms and want to do more and more process automation projects. So there is a huge demand from organizations here in the UK, in Europe, everywhere globally, to get started with automation, to keep innovating and to keep up with the competition. So the big problem is though that there's not enough talent out there with the right skill set. And that's why we have started the Convedo DX program. This is why we came up with this idea of um, creating the next generation of intelligent automation teams. So for more than 10 years, we as Convedo, which is the company which sits behind the Convedo X program, the Convedo consulting team, has trained over thousands of people in global organizations and in automation tools. And yeah, as I said, now we are creating the next generation of intelligent automation teams. So what does that really mean? So we find talent like you and train you in the latest automation technologies out there, all in the areas of AI, RPA, workflow, and then we will make you available to work in our client projects, work in our client organizations for 6 months at a time, or yeah, between 6 and 24 months, really. So you can help our client organizations with these new innovative, high in demand skills to scale their operation with the power of automation. So that's what we came up with. Yeah, now a quick little background. Who is this company? When we say Convedo DX is part of the Convedo group, so Convedo is a leading global intelligent automation consultancy with hubs here in London, Frankfurt, and recently opened up another hub in Sydney. And so that means we covering the UK market, the European market, and the Australian market with our services. We work, for example, with customers like Deutsche Bank, Swiss Airlines, and DHL. And you have lots of really well-known brand as our clients. And this would be the place as well where you as an automation developer coming out of our Convedo DX program would be working. So yeah, we are 100% committed on intelligent automation. So this is completely in our DNA. We breathe, dream, and think, and do everything about automation, around automation. And yeah, so to make all this success happen, we partner with leading technology companies out there called Appian, Blue Prism, Celonis, and OpenText, and a couple of more. So to bring innovative solution to our client organizations. So and all to automate the back offices, to automate the operations, not necessarily purely to automate, but to make it more efficient, more cost effective, and yeah. So that's generally what we do at Convedo. So we put a program together for IT graduates or technology graduates or graduates in general to join. So we train our graduates in low-code software development, which is sort of the core of the program. So you will learn how to build low-code enterprise applications. The next part is robotic process automation. We train you to build digital workers, to train bots to do work which is usually done by humans. So to really get rid of the repetitive, mundane tasks they are doing. So we will teach you in business analysis. We will sort of go through how to capture business requirements and putting documentation together for our clients. Business analysis is a key part of getting a project underway. So we will help as well with change management. So you will be able to recognize and prioritize potential use cases for automation within businesses. So this is one part of our program. A key part is process mining as well, unlock valuable insight within data. So you can act on that insight potentially with automation again. We will have some time to look at artificial intelligence and machine learning. So this is where you leverage AI and machine learning to build intelligent end-to-end process solutions. So you will use the power of finding a context within a document by using the AI. And of course, when we work with companies these days, everything has to be about being agile. So that means our development approach is also agile. So you will learn everything about the agile development lifecycle. You learn about Scrum and other development frameworks relevant. So what is also very special about our curriculum? It is you will be paid from day one of receiving all this training. You will be paid from day one being part of the Convedo DX program. So unlike like other programs out there. And of course, you learn from the best, really. So the Convedo DX program, as I mentioned earlier, is part of the Convedo group in the UK, Germany, and Australia. So that means you have access to everyone in that in the Convedo group and learn from everyone in the Convedo group. So we are leading and an award-winning partners, as I mentioned earlier, of Appian, Blue Prism, Celonis, and many others. And so that means you will learn from consultants who are doing these things day in, day out. You learn from consultants and coaches with many years of experience. So how does this generally work? So you will go through this program. After you finish your 4 months training period, you will join sort of the placement one project, where you just apply everything what you have learned in this first 90 days of the program. And that might be Appian skills, Blue Prism skills, Celonis skills. You take these skills into the project, and then you will be embedded in the project and deliver success for our clients. And then after this first 6 months, you might extend for another 6 months within the same customer, or you join another client project, which is also very common. Yeah, and this continues then for a period of 2 years. After this period of 2 years, you can then either join the Convedo consulting team sort of as a full-time employee, and then work on lots of other projects within the consultancy team, or you join the client business as a full-time employee. So this is also possible. Yeah, and each of these placements is usually 6 months, and yeah, so this gives you the chance to go through a couple of cycles of different client project experiences. To give you an overview of our next cohort start dates, so we have usually 3 to 4 cohorts per year. So our next cohort will be starting in June, July 2021, and then this will be open for 4 to 8 Convedo DX members to join. And yeah, if you like to join one of our cohorts, it doesn't need to be just for the June-July one. You can apply now already on our website, cdx.rocks, and there you find all the information to submit your application. And yeah, we will be really excited to receive your application. So how does it generally work for you when you submitted your application? So we will have a look at the application and do a first review, and then it will be followed by a project submission. So we ask you to experiment with the free Axon Ivy platform to build a workflow and process solution. So whatever idea you have, you can put in place on the Axon Ivy platform. It might change, maybe it's another platform you can use going forward, but it is simple for you to pick up the skills and then yeah, impress us and show what you're made of, what fantastic ideas you have, fantastic things you want to build to solve the automation and process challenges of the future. So yeah, all those kind of things you can show us, and we will take this into consideration. So when this is all successful, you will submit a video interview, which is a short question and answer format where you can submit your answers, and we will then review that in the next step. So if that is successful, so we have just a standard test, which is all about technical knowledge, logical and numerical, verbal reasoning, and yeah, and then we will have the final interviews, a quick catch up on the phone, checking if you understand yeah, everything on the program, and then we will have our final face-to-face interview or MS Teams interview, depending on where you are. So, and then yeah, then it will follow. This will follow. Will be followed by an offer letter, and that means yeah, we would welcome you to the team Convedo, and you would be part of the next cohort. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. In the Q&A box at the moment, I will check if we have any. So we have, so there was a question. So we have 3 questions here. What is the difference between a general IT company and this academy? So yeah, so this if you join a general business, you would join that one business and learn what is needed at this specific company. Um, in Yeah, and that could be quite very specific. Maybe you learn one technology. So the difference with our academy or our program is we will make you a 360-degree automation developer. When we think about intelligent automation and automation these days, it is covering all these areas of workflow, task management, integration, AI, process mining, robotic process automation. So you will not join um, a business where we only look at one specific project or element. We will make you to an all-rounder, and that gives you the best foundation to progress further in your career, and sets you up for everything what you want to do in this modern world after the 24 months you're done with us. Do I need any automation experience to submit my application? So that's clearly a no. So we don't expect you to have that experience. If you have that already, if you played around with something, yeah, this is great. But we believe there's so much more we can give you anyway. Um, so it would be the main criteria really is you need to be passionate about these technologies. You need to be you, you need to sort of be passionate about learning as well the technical bits of it, not just the idea of it. Really, you have to have the passion to get your hands dirty as well on writing code, and yeah, be open to learn lots of new stuff in a very short time frame. So it's 90 days, but we have lots of success with other cohort members, and not everyone came from an IT computer science background. So um, with these technologies, lots of these technologies are sort of low code based as well. Low code sort of emphasizes on there's some code involved and some of sort of programming logic involved. So this is good to know if in general, but it's nothing what you can't learn and you won't learn. Um, so that's part of the program. To learn that really in this 90 days, and we usually have then two-week kind of chunks where you're going through these modules. You have one big project which is covering the whole 90 days where you apply all these things. It's not just theory, so you go really hands-on straight away, and therefore then embed that knowledge nicely. Another question here, what language or tools are covered for this 90-day course? So the tools we are looking at it's Appian. So you're looking at the Appian platform. It's the market leader in low code. Then we look at RPA, which is on the basis of Blue Prism, which is also again a market leader in the RPA space. And then there's the process mining element of it, where you uncover sort of all the data, end-to-end process data to improve the business. So this is all based on the world leading software called Celonis. And then when it comes to the AI element, this is based on the Microsoft AI. So everything what Microsoft AI, so there will be some Python, I think, element of it as well, when it comes to machine learning. And so when you look at Java, not Java, on Appian, it is low code. It has its own sort of language called Sail. So it's an abstract layer. So this is why we do low code. You don't need to know sort of the JavaScript kind of stuff to get stuff done. On the Blue Prism side, if you have to go to code level, this is the beauty of low code. You can get lots of stuff done without code, but if you have to go to code on Blue Prism side, it will be C sharp and a very old VB scripting, probably C sharp. And on the Celonis side, yeah, there's again normal machine learning, so there's maybe Python involved, but generally it's not really much to code. We would sort of connect to web services, and then whatever web services potentially are required, we need to maybe do other languages, but not as is part of the 90-day course. So we cover only these technologies. So if you have done already some UI user interface work, that usually helps. It's not part of the languages now, but this usually helps. When it comes to agile development, we use market-leading agile development framework tools like Jira. So yeah, so we really make you fit for what is really needed in business. We're doing this for years now, and this is very, very practical stuff. So yeah, there's the question again. Okay, maybe it wasn't too clear. Do we need to pay any fee for training or certification? Yeah, this is it's a good question. I mentioned earlier. So unlike other programs out there, so it's not 90 days. You just join, and then we hire you. We hire you to become an employee straight away. So before, on day one, you will be an employee of the Convedo DX team. You will be paid a salary from day one onwards over this, and then first year and second year, there will be an increase of your salary. So this is all from day one, paid for training and certification. So whatever you need, you will get. Whatever you need to become a full stack automation, intelligent automation developer. There's another one coming in. Yeah, what is the education career background candidates you are looking for? So a similar question to what is the experience level? So yeah, anyone who has IT and computer science background, obviously, this is usually what we see, but we have as well physics graduates and bachelor graduates and masters with masters coming in, physics, mathematics, electronical engineering, I believe it's called. Yeah, obviously then computer science, technology, digital technology, masters. So they are all sorts of backgrounds, and yeah, the main thing really is you need to be passionate about automation, really. So this is sort of the key thing, and really passionate about learning new things and maybe push to out of your comfort zone on learning new things. All right. There's one more question coming in now. Will the Convedo DX sponsors is a sponsor to work in the UK? So if you're in need of a visa and sponsoring, we are currently not sponsoring for a visa on the Convedo DX program. So we only hire everyone, or we would only consider candidates coming from the UK, or because we have um, a location in Frankfurt, so we hire through this location as well, and hire through the Australian branch as well. So if we hire for the UK cohort, and you want to join the UK cohort, you have to be already in a position to work in the UK without sponsoring or visa. Yeah, and if you're in Europe, yeah, if you have the right to work in Europe, no problem. So we can hire there as well. So this will be then for if you're also speaking German, that might be then very, very good for you to join the cohort starting in Frankfurt. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for today. We have answered all the questions. So if you have any other questions, yeah, please feel free to put them in. We give it a one last chance. Um, all right, so I think that's it then. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you like the idea of the Convedo DX program. So if you're interested to join our next cohort and start your career in automation, yeah, apply today on cdx.rocks. So that's the website. All the information will be available there. And yeah, once again, thank you very much for your interest and yeah, goodbye.